It's Week 9 of the NFL, and we get to watch Brian Robinson Jr., your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Commanders and the Buccaneers on Monday Night Prime Time.
On the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium, just north of downtown Tampa. But tonight, it's a good Week 9 matchup here on a Monday night, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. Things haven't gone exactly according to plan to this point, but boy, you and I down there with them before the game, they were fired up.
And they understand how important this game is. Win this one, they can start to think about a turnaround.
But meanwhile, for the visiting Commanders, they come in riding high. Just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? Donovan Peoples-Jones now from the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy...
They go play action. Mayfield. A quick throw there is incomplete. Now this defense for the Commanders, they were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And the way they did it was by getting after the quarterback. Sacked him 7 times in that game. Came from all angles, created a lot of illusions. And
he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Daron Payne able to record his 5th sack of the season.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Handoff to the fullback, Burton. And a short gain here as he gets it up only to about the 6. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Here's 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. Looking to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
Here we go now on 1st and goal. They'll run with Robinson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders are on the board first here on the road in Tampa.
Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games, and another good start to this one, out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
A first carry for Rachaad White.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
You talk about this Washington defense.
This crew against the pass, it's been a real struggle. 2nd from the bottom in the NFL, number 31.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for. This is what you practice for. This is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking on the #1 overall offense in the league. That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense.
Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
13 yards there on a Washington first.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds where no one's going to have a chance at it.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkout bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with a give to White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The numbers for White a week ago. 11 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people up.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jonathan Allen. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
Now 3rd down and very long.
Throwing, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that.
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
They'll look to throw here. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
First down, here's White. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. You talk about this Washington defense.
They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They gave up 7 sacks last week. And if things don't improve in this game, head coach isn't going to be looking at the offensive line. He's going to be looking at the offensive line coach. And that's when things get dicey.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield to throw it. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely frees up your guys elsewhere. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Some mistakes already in the first quarter. If he holds on to that one, 1st down.
Yeah, and I'll guarantee you that at least one defensive back out there has reminded him of that fact, trying to get into his head and hoping that'll affect him the rest of the game.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here is Washington now to take over.
They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Now back to throw.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
On the draw, Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
The defense thought they had that play covered, but it still got driven backward by those blockers. Those types of plays are a key part of any team's offensive game plan. It all starts up front in the trenches.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Robinson, he'll try the left side.
And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30.
57 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start.
Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season.
And the Commanders are able to extend their lead.
And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the first quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognizes.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now Mayfield on the bootleg. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. They will run with White out of the shotgun. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Against a team coming off a win just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
Now Mayfield.
And his throw here is incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
On third down, Mayfield. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Vita Vea gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you're doing a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The gun now on third down. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. After one, a 14-3 ball game. Washington with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a fourth down coming up. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. Taking on the midfield logo. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Mayfield looks to throw. But he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense. And it may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he's able to get this up past the 40.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
Again, it's Robinson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The offense on third down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Robinson up the middle.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. Down to about the 32.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 14. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
129 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Robinson.
And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Robinson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Commanders are able to stretch out their lead. So what a first half that he has had running the football. That now 3 touchdown runs.
And I would anticipate that when they get down in the red zone, he's going to get more chances as this game goes on. And I think that the guys blocking for him are going to ask for him to get more chances. They like the rhythm they've developed.
Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
Now after the Dicker field goal, he's back out ready to send it away. This fielded right at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So out come the Bucs now.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
A first down throw for Mayfield. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early.
So pass interference, the call is so tough as a defender, I'd imagine, to time that up perfectly.
It certainly is difficult to get it exactly right because sometimes you're looking at getting there fractions of seconds too early. That one looked a little more obvious. Always a tough penalty to officiate. Just ask the basketball refs when they have to officiate block and charge.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Run.
Here's Mayfield. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Brings up 3rd and 3.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
They stay on the ground with White. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. And this time he won't even make it back to the line of scrimmage as they stop him in his tracks. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Down and 11.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far offensively or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field. You look at the numbers on the year, up over 1,100 yards now, and the last drive had a touchdown as well. Everybody offensively just seems to be in cohesion, don't they?
They do, and when you look at this rushing total, and you know at the end of the year, that means gifts for the big guys up front. Offensive line, tight ends, they're going to get a nice little bonus from their big-time runner.
When did that become a thing, by the way, that the quarterback or running back gets gifts for the offensive line?
I don't know. I can't go back and pinpoint it, but it's a great tradition, and it rewards those guys because they don't really get the attention that they...
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Boy, a big play right there. I mean, a touchdown on this drive could have really put some separation on the scoreboard. Instead, it's the defense who scores. And, partner, we got a game again.
And we do have one because of what you just described. A defense that understood what was going on in this game and did something about it. They knew their offense needed some help. They just provided it. They're back in this one.
Chase McLaughlin on for the extra point. It's up and good, and the lead is down now at 11. It's 21-10. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Here's Mecole Hardman, fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
2nd and 5.
They'll set up to throw.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Back to throw again. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
A throw over the middle taken in.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down, maybe by about a yard as they find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts.
As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
And his kick is good. And the lead grows to 14 at 24-10.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Well, Rashad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes. Steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the 1st at the 32.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Jahan Dotson getting set for this next drive.
That's really been a blistering start to the season for him so far. He's on pace to blow past 1,000 yards. The good receivers, it's interesting, though. You put extra coverage on them, they probably view that as a challenge. All right, I'm going to go after this. You put one guy on them, then they feel disrespected, and they want it to. So how do you cover it?
You're exactly right. That's an insult, right? Especially the year that he's having. But I just have to go ahead and I'm not going to insult him. I'm going to respect him. I'm sending as many people as possible. But one of the reasons he's having this type of a start is despite that type of coverage, he finds a way to what we call uncover late. Ball's thrown, even though there's coverage there, he's the one who can go up and come down with it, finds a way to get to the football.
And the offensive line has given them time in the pocket to have that uncovering late.
We'll start up at TIAA Bank Stadium in Jacksonville, where you see the final score there. Anthony Richardson, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, it's up to Highmark Stadium to check in on the Bills. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Josh Allen, strong in the victory, as his guys up their mark to 6-2 on the year. Lastly, let's get you to Charlotte, North Carolina. Check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Bryce Young, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. It was a solid first half of football for the Alabama man, Brian Robinson. He's up over 100 yards rushing for the game already, and he scored 3 times as well, as they went to him early and often, and with good reason.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Commanders up first on offense as we begin this third quarter. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. He'll look to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. A huge play there for Washington. And even 40 yards.
Another big play right there, and this is where, as an offense, you can really put the hammer down. You've got a double-digit lead, but those other guys, they've been hanging around. A touchdown here could put this game out of reach, and that's a strong step towards getting it done.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun. Down at the 35. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Zay Jones.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Commanders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. Byron Young. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Oh, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Mayfield to throw it. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Mayfield.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They're just looking for more of the same. Great first half so far. Good second half. And you know, sometimes I guess maybe, Charles, these coaches, they don't have to tell these guys much when they're rolling like they're rolling right now.
You're exactly right. I've heard stories of some of the best coaches in our time or any time having grabbed their staffs at halftime and said, guys, they're playing really well. Don't go in there and give them a whole lot of stuff. Just pat them on the back. And essentially the speech at halftime is, let's go, guys, and that's it.
Yeah, no one's upset the apple cart so far.
Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40.
It's a gain of 10. And the Commanders' first down.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 48-yard line.
They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4 yards pickup on the play. 1st down, Washington.
Robinson toss play left side. Shoves him aside.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Robinson on a give right side. 181 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
They'll bring out 4 receivers. 3 of them being sent to the left, 1 to the right, 2nd and 4. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's 3rd down and 4 yards to go.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line.
2nd down and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Bucs' 14-yard line.
They'll set up a throw.
Pass to the right, and he's got McBride.
75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
I'd have to say they're feeling like they are in rhythm right now. Things are in sync, aren't they? Team's winning, got a nice little margin on the scoreboard, completing some passes, and they just completed another one for a first down there to the tight end.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Again, it'll be Robinson.
A nifty move on the run, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line down at the 2.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
There have not been a lot of great moments for this defense throughout this game. Finally, they have one they can hang their hat on. A nice stop there.
Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal.
From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now, the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Mayfield looks to throw.
That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Mayfield on play action.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down.
They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
I think we've seen this before. If someone's down 3 scores, that situation there, it's just going to add to their growing frustrations, don't you think?
Yeah, bad number 3 right now. 3-score game, 3rd quarter, 3 and out, not what they wanted. And you can tell on the sideline, those faces are getting a little bit longer as this one goes. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons.
And the Commanders are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense.
I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game as we like
Yo.
to say, in the end zone, no doubt.
Yo. What up, Liddy? What's good? Just came from watching the Knicks get their ass bust. And right now, going back to Madden. Hope all is well. Follow and subscribe.
He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now.
Vita Vea able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know, they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster. So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. It's loose, the ball bouncing around, and it's going to go out of the back of the end zone, so that is going to be a safety.
Well, 2 snaps ago, I don't think anyone thought a safety was on the table, yet it happened. They caught him on back-to-back plays breaking through the line. No amount of evading was going to save him from a sack on either play, and on the last one, he ran too deep into the end zone to set up the safety.
Oh, my goodness. Now that is going to be out of bounds on the free kick. And that's a big mistake.
Out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
A short one here, caught by McBride.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Back to throw here.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
Now back to throw.
That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Hand off now to Robinson.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive. Looking to throw.
That one complete out to Dotson.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Here's 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 18-yard line.
He'll drop to throw.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
They'll look to throw again.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Commanders start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. He has really settled in.
TT, what's good, my boy?
Touchdown here in the fourth.
What it is?
Gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like fourth quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones taking it about the 1. And able to get this out to the 25. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw, Mayfield. Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Here's Mayfield. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. This is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
The Commanders' offense set to take over. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. On the give, here's Robinson. Down to about the 32.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
197 yards rushing for him here as he starts to close in now on 1,200 yards for the season. On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to McBride. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Back to throw. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And it's caught. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Robinson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr. taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders add another 6 points to what's going to be a blowout victory.
And you can bet when they were in that huddle, there's definitely some urgency because I'm sure they were saying to each other, we got to push this one in right now so we don't have to run this on 4th down, and there'll be extra bodies in the hole. That's excellent work there at the point of attack. All it takes is one little crease as he fights his way into the end zone.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's Dicker now as he'll send this one away.
Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out.
And just shutting him off there.
And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other. And Mayfield again with the interception, his third. Picked off by Jamin Davis.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, CD. I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort. Well, they're doing that in this game as well as making big plays.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First down, Commanders.
He'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
It's second down and 10.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Incomplete. He was covered by Antoine Winfield.
Back to throw again.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington.
A great play there, with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns.
And the Commanders take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Well, to put it mildly, he's been able to dice up this secondary. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point up and good by Dicker.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Dicker out to kick this one off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season, but in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
2 yards the loss, second and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
This is White on the screen. Gets past one man, and he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 15 yards as Tampa Bay picks up the first. Mayfield. He completes it right side to White. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Brings up second and 7.
Mayfield now. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing, Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 49 yards. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Here's White.
And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line. Second and goal. Now Mayfield. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the...
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. 8 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Buccaneers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. And CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about here, but it may be cliche, but give them credit for this. They've continued to fight and scratch and claw, and they get the touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And I'm okay with that cliche, all right? Maybe it'll alleviate the sting a little bit because at least they can look in the mirror and realize they fought all the way through. Horrible game for them, not one they'll watch and remember, but at least they'll keep their heads up and have some pride when they leave this stadium.
To start it out, Robinson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it. They've got to be happy to see it executed, being able to stay in bounds and work the clock.
Again, it's Robinson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
And good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back.
They've got a second down now as they look to salt this one away.
Second down and a run by Robinson. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Mark that as a gain of 16 to set them up first and goal.
They'll run with Robinson.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal.
Leads to second and goal at the 10-yard line.
Robinson up the middle.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal.
Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Commanders,
the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to